I'm going to start with just by sharing a breath with everyone. I have some communities that do that, and it feels like a nice way to just open the space. So if you'd like to share one with me. I'm also a little nervous about speaking. I don't often speak in public in larger groups. I was kind of surprised that Tess reached out to me to ask to speak today. I've written a bunch of things down. I don't even know if I'll share half of them, but oh yes, my name is Ethan Sudan, and I'm currently living in southern Vermont. My connection with anthroposophy started as a kid, really. My parents are Waldorf teachers, and I went to Waldorf school starting in 3rd grade through high school, out in Colorado mostly. And as an adult, I've spent a few years at Camp Hill and do eurythmy lighting with Eurythmy Spring Valley and a few other groups, although the pandemic put a bit of a damper on that. So yeah, I started thinking, what do I have to say? And it's questions I've thought about a lot, actually, in terms of my own relationship with anthroposophy. How will I show up? How do I show up now? What will prompt me and support me to continue showing up? I feel that anthroposophy, while maybe not so directly, does live amongst the Waldorf education world. That's how I encountered anthroposophy myself, and also through art are two of kind of the big things for me that really feel like supporting those things will support anthroposophy to continue to thrive. The other kind of, aspect for me in relationship to my own connection to anthroposophy is a little bit harder to share, so be more bold in terms of my own experience. I'm a transgender individual, I'm queer, and I look around the room and I feel a little lonely, but I've always felt so much love in the anthroposophical communities, and the beauty and support, and just, being amongst many different communities in my life that I navigate through. There's just so much light and warmth within the anthroposophical communities. For me personally, I've always felt that love, and some of that, I think also kind of to my nerves of showing up and speaking to that is more in myself than in what I receive from other people, in my ability to show up in a whole way, and one that speaks to my own story, which is very unique and individual. And I've, also, I'm spiritual. I don't consider myself religious. That was how I sort of grew up also. And I think, in a way, what kept my parents from maybe being more involved with the Anthroposophical Society, because they had experiences as kids themselves of, being forced to go to church and things like that. And I think that also maybe plays a part in why there may not be, as many queer folks or trans folks here because of their own traumas, or, just my relationship with anthroposophy is very embedded in spirit and connection. And, I want to honor everyone's relationship to that. And it's very unique and individual. And there's not just one way that we relate to anthroposophy. But the connection is actually one of the things that keeps me coming back, because I, in my life, don't experience the quality or the depth of the connections. And I look around this room and I see so many beautiful people, and just, holding space for each other. Who are we opening the door for? Are we holding it open? Are we opening the door before it's being knocked on? And I think that those are things that would really, help anthroposophy continue to thrive going into the future, and, allowing space for, braveness or boldness for people to show up in as full of a way that, they can. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say today. So thank you for letting me share.